if you're anything like me, you're obsessed with all things Christmas. I love Christmas more than I love certain relatives. You know who you are. So as a kid, I loved when my favorite shows put out their Yuletide episodes. I'm Kris Carr. Here are my favorite cartoon Christmas episodes. Number 10, Last Gingerbread House on the Left, Bob's Burgers. All right, let's start with a fresh holiday episode from one of the greatest animated series currently on air, Bob's Burgers. In Last Gingerbread House on the Left, we've got Linda, Teddy, and the kiddos running around town caroling in hopes of spreading Christmas cheer, while Bob gets caught up in a high-stakes gingerbread competition with Mr. Fish Odor and his friends. This episode has everything. Gingerbread, singing in Latin, which, if you were raised Catholic like I was, your Sunday school senses kick in, and you start singing along in a dead language you super don't know, because us catechism kids are basically just a lifelong Pavlovian experiment, and of course, guns! Everyone has guns at their Christmases, right? Is that just Texas? Or Italians? Sort of double whammy the odds of firearms being around. Bob's Burgers is always about family coming together, so this is a great episode to grab your loved ones and appreciate that they don't exercise their Second Amendment rights in your face over confectionery constructions. Number 9, A Jolly Molly Christmas, Tailspin. While the title may lead you to believe that Baloo and Louie end up tripping balls, this holiday episode actually is all about young Molly Cunningham having doubts about Santa's existence. So, naturally, Baloo flies her to the North Pole to hand-deliver her Christmas letter. Well, not really. It's Baloo, so obviously there's gonna be some hijinks. He takes her to Louie's place that's been decorated to look like the North Pole, and Louie dons the role of Santa. So we get some fun, Yes Virginia vibes, mixed with the Jungle Book, sprinkled with friggin' air pirates. Well, that's a great episode. 90s cartoons were so fun, man. Number 8, The Santa Experience, Rugrats. Rugrats always delivers on holiday specials, and if I'm being honest, my all-time favorite is the Hanukkah episode, but I'm only talking Christmas on this list. We'll have to do a deep dive on that episode another day. In the Santa Experience, the Baby-O's families characteristically spend way too much time together and decide to spend the perfect Christmas all together in a mountain cabin. Tommy and Chucky are determined to catch Santa Claus, and Chaz decides he'll give the kids a Christmas to remember by dressing up as Santa and trying to squeeze down the chimney. I mean, no sane adult would or should slide down a chimney, but I appreciate that this single dad's just trying to do his best to make his toddler have a cool memory. Is Chucky even old enough to remember stuff? It's like when parents bring their 2-year-olds to Disney. They don't know what's happening, and that giant dude in red shorts is gonna scare the bejesus out of them. Number 7, The Most Horrible Xmas Ever, Invader Zim. The Most Horrible Xmas Ever was a bittersweet episode for Invader Zim fans, as it was the last episode of the series to air before its cancellation. 2 million years into the future, Mr. Sludgy, a robotic snowman, tells the tale of how Zim almost ruined Christmas. Gur and Zim are trying to make monies on the streets, and notice that all these chubby dudes in red coats rocking white beards are given handouts. Zim captures one of these fat men and learns the story of Santa Claus. Basically, the episode unfolds in a very How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Nightmare Before way that's crazy fun to watch. If you need something a little dark and twisted thrown into the comfort and joy mix you've got, I definitely recommend adding this episode to your list. Number 6, Comfort and Joy, Justice League. I'm obsessed with this standalone holiday episode that teaches Jean the joys of Christmas, finally ships Green Lantern and Hawkgirl, and has the Flash help a bunch of orphans. The real winner among these stories, for me, is Christmas with the Kents. Clark insists that Jean spend the holidays with his family in Smallville, and Jean, using his telepathy, hears a local little girl question the existence of Old St. Nick. This storyline shows the spirit of the holidays, and ends with Jean singing this haunting Martian number. DC fans, you know everyone likes to crap on our schniz for being dark and edgy. This episode is pure as all get out. Number 5, Christmas with the Joker, Batman the Animated Series. You all know and love it. Jingle bells, Batman smells, Robin laid an egg. On Christmas Eve, the Joker escapes Arkham by blasting out of the joint on a rocket that was attached to a Christmas tree. Our Cape Crusaders set out to find the Clown Prince of Crime. The Joker shanghais a television station and broadcasts his take on a Christmas special, which naturally involves murder and hostages. Because if he doesn't have a family, he'll just steal one. His is made up of Commissioner Gordon, reporter Summer Gleason, and Detective Harvey Bullock. Naturally, Bats and Robin save the day, and they head home to watch It's a Wonderful Life, a movie Bruce has never watched because he thinks the title is bullcrap. Bruce, we know, your parents died. Not everyone's lives are so crappy. Also, you're a billionaire playboy, so, glass isn't totally empty, bro. I just feel like if you can include Mark Hamill in your holiday traditions, you should definitely include Mark Hamill in your holiday traditions. Number 4, Simpsons roasting on an open fire, The Simpsons. Let's go back to a simpler time when The Simpsons were on fire! Simpsons roasting on an open fire, often referred to as the Simpsons Christmas Special, was actually the series premiere of The Simpsons, despite having been set to air as episode 8. In the episode, Homer finds out that he isn't getting a Christmas bonus and is boned when it comes to getting his family holiday treasures, especially since he just spent an assload of money getting Bart's tattoo removed. Who Springfield is tattooing children? Anyway, Homer secretly gets a job as a mall Santa, but that doesn't bring in the bacon, so he and his delinquent son head to the dog track on Christmas Eve in hopes of a Christmas miracle. And they end up adopting an abandoned greyhound, Santa's little helper. OG Simpsons plus Christmas plus rescue puppies? Oh! Come on, it's perfect. Number 3, 'Twas the Day Before Christmas, Animaniacs. Animaniacs Christmas episode. What more do you need? If this isn't in your holiday rotation, I'm not sure why you're even here on the NerdWire page. This episode recycles A Christmas Carol, putting Warner CEO Thaddeus Plotz in the Scrooge seat. This cold-hearted WB exec fires a security guard on Christmas Eve, only to be visited by 3 spirits who look a lot like the Warner brothers and their Warner sister Dot, to show him the error of his ways. Number 2, the Garfield Christmas special, Garfield. Alright, this one might kind of be cheating since it was a special, but Garfield Christmas was a huge part of my childhood. I relate to Garfield so much. I hate Mondays, I love lasagna, I'm orange, we're kindred spirits! In the special, Garfield connects with John's grandmother when he, John, and Odie head to the country to spend the holidays on John's family farm. Grandma is just as sassy and cynical as Garfield, so the two get along great right from the get-go. From making sausage gravy to building secret presents to reading Binky the Clown Christmas carols, the episode gives us some classic comic strip cat laughs, but also has some really beautiful, heartfelt moments. Above all, we're given a great, succinct way to view Christmas and what it means. It's not the giving, it's not the getting, it's the loving. And finally, number 1, Arnold's Christmas. Hey Arnold. Hey Arnold has a knack for serving up life lessons with a side of the feels, and the holiday episode, Arnold's Christmas, was no exception. While Helga is fulfilling Christmas wishes by using cold hard cash, Arnold is set on giving gifts from the heart and is stumped by what he should get his neighbor, Mr. Wynn. We learn in this heartstring-pulling episode that Mr. Wynn was separated from his daughter years ago due to the war in his home country, and Arnold makes it his mission to reunite the two. Bust out the tissues with this one, guys. Football Head is going to take us on an emotional roller coaster. These are my all-time favorite Christmas episodes, but I want to hear yours. Let me know in the comments below which ones you love to revisit each year. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share all things NerdWire, and check out our other videos. Happy holidays, Space Cowboys!